All right, guys, welcome back. Another week here at No Clue Garage. It's been kind of an exciting week. The motorcycle that I worked on last weekend, I got sold. So I was able to get some VW parts. And we're going to get started back on some VW things. But right now, it's going on Saturday evening. Earlier today, the wife and I and the family loaded up, and we actually took our bugs to a little car show. About I'd say 25, 30 mile one-way trip. Longest trip that we've had these things on. We went to a little car show in a little town here by us, Warrico, Oklahoma, and we had a good time. Didn't take anything. They had a Volkswagen class. There was two others that showed up that were really nice. And but, you know, we didn't go there to win trophies. We went there to hang out with people and have fun. So we're going to throw in some of that footage right here. You guys can take a look at it, and just a quick walk around of the day.
We're not taking that one home. It's got a collar. Did you guys made a friend?
Yeah.
We just got here and we already made a friend.
So soft.
And here are the bugs. The old stink bug. We even got the wife's 71 Super out here too. Maddie, what happened? I thought you were going to run the race. You changed your mind. You didn't want to run? What are you reading?
Tell about the book you're reading.
What's it about?
I want to run. Monsters.
It's already over.
It's already over. Monsters.
Monsters.
It's about monsters. Look. Here, eh?
Hi guys, so we're just hanging out here. Like I said, probably not going to take anything, but that's not the reason they're coming. Just come to hang out, show the cars off a little bit, and hang out with like-minded people. That's the best thing for the community. So we're going to sit back and relax, talk to some people. I think they're setting up some tacos over here. Might go get some tacos here in a minute, but we'll see. All right, so we're going to do some V-dub work. Some of the stuff that I got in. The main thing is the adjusters. These adjusters, we're going to have to cut and weld into that beam that I picked up last weekend. I've been doing a lot of research on proper angle to clock these so that I get the most lower that I want, but still be able to pick it up and drive if I have to. So I think I've got a good idea. Also got, which I'll bring out as we go along through the week, air shocks, air ride controller, some actual airline and fittings, and I've got a compressor and a tank over there. We're going to have to try to figure out how to stuff all that stuff into this bug and hope that the old generator will keep the battery charged. That's going to be a different issue for another day probably. But before I can do any work, I wanted to get this done this evening before we started working out tomorrow out here. I got to clean this beam up. It's pretty grungy. Explain to me, if the engine is in the back of a Volkswagen, why is the front beam so covered in grease and oil? I don't get it. You'd think all the oil leaks would drip out of the engine and fly out the rear of the car. As you can see here, this thing is just coated with, I guess that could be tar also. But I'm going to get the wire wheel out on my grinder. And we're just going to go to town because when I'm done, I'm going to paint this up pretty good. But what we're going to have to do, see the grub screws right here? That's what holds the torsion springs in place in these things. So what we're going to have to do is measure those adjusters, come in here, measure this out from center there, cut this section out because these got holders in here that hold those torsion springs. Cut those out, clock them just right, and weld those adjusters back in here so that we can adjust the tension on those torsion springs to allow the car to go up and down. But before we can do any of that, we've got to clean this thing up. It's pretty nasty. So I'm gonna go get those tools together and stand out here and make a huge mess and a lot of noise. And then that's just regular old cleanup work. You guys have seen lots of that all over the internet. So I'm gonna get that done and then I will bring you guys back after a while. All right, I'm not using my mics this time, so hopefully you guys can hear me over that loud fan sitting back there. But I'm just relaxing in my chair, contemplating, thinking. So I got the beam cleaned up. Not as good as I wanted because my, how does old Derek over at Vice Grip calls it, the cheek poker? You know, the round wire brush that goes on your grinder? Yeah, I ran it until all the bristles came out and I was covered head to toe with bristles. But I'm gonna clean it again before I paint it. But right now I got the flapper disc out and finished the areas where we're gonna have to cut and weld. So let me kind of show you a little bit of my thought process from the videos. Like I said every time before, I've watched a couple YouTube videos, so I'm an expert now. Yeah, now. But after watching those, let me show you kind of a idea of what I've got, what I'm doing here. All right, the way these beams work, these are the grub screws that go in the indents of the spring pack that goes in here, the torsion bars. This spring screw, there's a little indentation in there, and the spring screw is what indicates where your torsion bars are going to go. If you look inside this adjuster, you can see it is splined for those flat bars that go in here, smaller up to the bigger ones. If you can see down in here, there is a grub screw on this adjuster that's going to have to go. If I put that grub screw that's in this adjuster back here, depending on which way I clock this thing, it's going to either give me raising it from stock or lowering it from stock. So I don't know if you can see, it's kind of hard to see. I got me a metal scribe, just went to the old Harbor Freight metal scribe, kind of eyeballed and scribed me a line center of this grub screw on both holes. And what I've done here is with this thing at max height, not lower, max height for the adjuster, I have also marked me, if you can see there and the other side, where that grub screw is. So if I was to cut this out now and line those two marks up and weld it, we're going to sit at stock height and then lower down, and I think these things said 4 inches. So what I'm gonna do is I wanna go a little bit lower than that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clock this, about between 1/4 and 1/2 inch, probably about 7/16. I'm gonna clock this down. So I'm gonna measure from that line down between 1/4 and 7/16 on both sides and mark me another line. Once I cut this out, that's where I'm gonna clock this adjuster so that I get a little bit more. That should give me 5 to 6 inches of lower. In the long run, what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm either gonna run this adjuster loose with another nut up here to lock it in place, or I'm just gonna take it out completely so that I get full rotation out of this thing, because I'm gonna use the airbag or the air shocks to raise and lower. Now with leaving those out like that, what I'm wanting to achieve with the adjusters is if I'm going down the road with the air shocks raised up and something happens, I blow an air shock, blow an airline, something, I get the jack out, I jack the car up, I tighten up those adjuster screws, and then I can get home because it's gonna raise it up off the ground. That's my ultimate goal with this. I want that slam look when I'm sitting parked, but not when I'm driving. Now, my roads are too rough here. So that's what I'm gonna have to do. So next, what I'm gonna have to do is get a measurement of this, go off center of this, cut this measurement in half and go that much each way out, because that's how much of this I'm gonna have to cut out. And then I'll probably I watched one video where the guy used hose clamps and went around, and that gave him the line of where to cut on both of them. Then I'm gonna get some angle iron and I'm gonna either tack weld it or clamp it tight to the backside so that these sit in place, and then I'll weld it in there. But I'll bring you guys back to do all that. Let me see if I can find some hose clamps or something and get these measurements drawn out. All right, so I kind of got this laid out here. It'll be a little rough to show you, but I'll show you what I've got going on here. I used a couple of hose clamps to mark it all the way around. Let me show you. Okay, I used a couple of hose clamps here on my lines that I had scribed. This thing's heavy. And I measured it front and rear, got the same distance. So this adjuster is about a 1/16 under 2 inches. This opening here is a 1/16 over 2 inches. And get here and see 9, we're at 11 and a 1/16. So what that's going to leave, 1/8. This gap should be about 1/8 bigger than that, which is going to leave me about a 1/16 on each side for weld. I like to fill that gap in there, get it in there good. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get a fresh cutoff wheel, and I'm going to go around this and just score a line all the way around. Then I'm going to take the clamps off and go ahead and cut it all the way through. But I'm only going to do one tube at a time. That way I know this thing stays parallel and it doesn't get wonky as I'm welding. I could put 2 pieces of angle iron across it and be fine, but I'm going to do it one at a time just to be safe. So now I got to go find my cutoff wheels, my fresh ones. I think I've got a new pack somewhere. I don't know where they're at. Now, these are just the Harbor Freight cheapies, but they'll work for what I'm doing. Looks like I've got some on the wall here too. That's a little rough. Let me just break open this package and get a fresh one. Problem is once you open a pack, it seems like the rest of them just go everywhere. And these are fairly thin. Let's see. Oh, the drawer tried to take my finger off. I wasn't planning on going this far tonight. I was just going to try to get this thing cleaned up, but I'm out here working, so I might as well continue. Get as far as I can today. I was hoping to have this whole thing done with the air shocks and everything installed by this weekend for our little car cruise in town, but I don't know if that's going to happen now. This is a lot of work. Ugh, these are not that good. They are scratched like crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and just double check my measurements between those bills again. That is 2 1/16. Get some of these tools out of my way here. Flip it over to the front side. We are 2 1/16. All right. So like I said, I'm just going to get this cutoff wheel, and I'm just going to follow that to score line and then take those off and then go ahead and cut on through. So I'm going to get loud. What am I going to throw sparks on? A little of everything. All righty. Well, I've got a line scored all the way around now. Hopefully it's good enough. I'm going to pull those clamps off. One thing I did notice, you got to be careful using those clamps, is that your cutoff wheel will cut off into the clamp too. I didn't get too bad, it just cut the edge. So another thing I'm going to do, just to be on the safe side, in case these walked any, like I can see that is wonky that way, I am going to take a measurement up here across from a good point here to here, whether you come all the way out here, which I just might. I'm going to come straight across this beam where the tape touches both. I better not do that. We're going to come right across the middle of these holes. And I'm going to come here. We are at 27 1/4 outside to outside. 27 1/4. Remember that, guys. $27 1/4. That way, if this does get a little funky, I've got to shave some off here or there. I know what this measurement is in case this beam tries to come in and out. I doubt it because it's braced pretty tight. Well, good thing it's just metal and we can always add some back. My lines have gotten a little off. But that piece is out of there. I don't dare touch that. I can tell you that right now. From experience. Whew. It's just a little warm. And that's what it is. I don't know if you guys could even see me. That piece right there is what clocks that spring pack in there. So that's why we had cut that out. It's not too bad. It got a little wavy right there. I'll have to take the flapper disc out and straighten that up a little bit. See if our adjuster even fits. And it does. Woohoo! So now, question is can I still see the lines that I scribed in there earlier? Yep. Right there. So what I'm going to do now I can see that scribe mark. I'm going to go ahead and put my flapper disc, and I'm just going to bevel this edge just a little bit so that we got more surface for weld. Now this adjuster already has a beveled edge on it, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. So I'm going to go now, get my welder out, and then I am going to find a piece of angle iron. I might have to cut it short to go across here. That way I can set that right in there and know that it's good. Let me show you guys what I've got going here. Woo! All right, so you can see my cut. Don't judge my cut because, like I said, I'm not as good with the old slice and dice, he calls it, as old Puddin's Fab Shop. That guy's a pro when it comes to that thing. I am not. But as you can see, this angle iron I just clamped on here, and that has that in flush with that. This is a little hard to do one single-handedly here. But once I get this adjuster and I get that in there, that's going to let me line that up and know that everything is in line. And this is actually a little bit smaller diameter. Oh, wow. Anyway, that's going to help us with that. Plus, it's going to hold these two tubes parallel so that when I weld it, I know everything is good. All right, so I'm about to break out this welder. It's getting late outside. One big rule I've always lived by is, wow, you guys are all out of whack there, is you don't want to weld at night right before you're getting ready to close up shop. So if I'm going to weld this in, I'm going to be out here for another couple hours just to make sure you don't have a stray spark that gets somewhere, burns your place down, especially with this being my house. Not just the shop, but my house. So that's one rule I always like to live by. But, all right. So what I need to do now it's time to make a decision. We're going to go 1/4 inch. We're going to go 7/16. We're going to go full 1/2 inch. How much are we going to clock this? Oh, I was watching a video and the guy there he did all the mathicals, but he had a different brand that was going to give him up to 7 inches of lowering. And I think that one was by Air Cooled or whatever their name is. These ones I just bought off J-Bugs. I don't even know what brand they are. I think these ones said they'll do like a 4-inch drop. But he did all the math, and there goes my old neighbor, Mr. Sam, and did the degrees and the percent. They told him that his needed to be like 20 degrees off of where it's at. You rotate it 20 degrees, and then that would give him stock height and then the full drop. And then after his math, he came out to like 0.4 is like 0.399 or something like that inches, which comes out to about 7/16, somewhere around there. I don't know what I'm even talking about. It's late in the night and I'm tired. So should we just go 7/16 or should we go 1/2 inch? car with his music up loud. So I've got my marks. I've got that indicated center on both sides. I can see my scribe marks here. So let's make a decision here. Like I said, I'm gonna run these things loose, so I don't know. How much more is... Let's run 1/2 inch. We're going 1/2 inch, people. We'll flex that tape around. Let's see. Quarter is 0.25. Ooh, that looks like a lot. That looks like a lot. Ah. That's got it almost pointed straight down. That can make it kind of hard to adjust too. Whew. I'm afraid that's going to be too much. I don't know. Oh, decisions. That's rotating that spring pack a lot. Well, guys, let's go big or go home, isn't it? We're going to stick with the 1/2 inch. We are going to stick with 1/2 inch. Go big or go home. I'm already home, so I just got to go big too. This is terrifying, guys. Not gonna lie. Oh, this part's terrifying, guys. I mean, I can always cut it back out, but I get this thing lined up in here where it's supposed to be. Get everything nice and smooth. And there I go, putting it in upside down. And my fan. Yeah, it's about time for a new welder. The cooling fan on the back of this thing's kind of messed up. It'll probably do that 30 more times. Kind of filling it on both edges, make sure it's where it needs to be with my fingers. Ow! Guess what, guys? That's hot. Don't weld right next to your finger. Whew, that looks like a lot. Ooh, that's hot. I don't like how this is not the diameter of this tube. Tack it a couple more places. And then we'll just full commit, I guess. Turn my wire speed down a little bit. Oh, stupid welder. I need a new welder. All right, so that's tacked up pretty good now. So I'm just gonna, I guess, full commit. Let's get her welded in there. Well, they're not pretty, but I trust them. Did I get it all? Yeah. It's welded all the way around. That still rotates, which is good. Yeah, they're not pretty at all, but they're good, strong welds. I know a lot of you guys are yelling at me, and I just now remembered. We wrote something on the wall over there earlier, and I forgot to check before I full welded that. 27 1/4 across the center of these holes. Whoo, right on the money. I just hope, woo, that's hot. I just hope 1/2 inch wasn't too much. I guess we're going to find out, won't we? All right. Now I just got to repeat everything. You guys saw me do that one. I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to go ahead and knock this one out tonight, I believe. Get it knocked out, and then wait, tomorrow we can see what's next. Maybe I've got to pull my beam out and strip everything off of it and put it on this one before I put this one in the car. I don't quite have everything for my air ride yet. I need some fittings to jump up from 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch airline. I've got to get those at like a hydraulic shop because of the weird fittings on the air shocks. But oh, we'll see. Maybe we'll get it mocked up tomorrow. See where we're at. All right, well, I'm going to shut this off. I'll bring you back after I get this one done, but you guys saw me do this first one, so there we go. All right, so I went ahead and got both of those adjusters welded in. Though my welds aren't the prettiest because of that welder. It's all right. It's just a little 110 volt eBay welder, but it does the job. They don't look pretty, but I know they're strong. So let me show you what we got here. All right. These are the adjusters. Those lights are bright, aren't they? There we go. So if you notice, this one sticks down further than this one, angled differently. And while I was reading and researching this, I did read a few threads that said that the grub screws are clocked different on the top and bottom. So that's why these are kind of angled a little different. But as you can see, I went ahead and went down the 1/2 inch. Those are hot. So my ultimate goal is going to be probably to run this screw just completely out so that adjuster will spin inside. And that way when it rides up and down, either that or just leave these loose so I can adjust how low that actually goes. If it goes low enough with these in there, I'll just tighten these up with another jam nut on them and just let them come down and let that stop how low it goes. As long as it, as long as it looks good, but it's not hurting anything. So like I said, it's late. As you can tell, it's dark behind me. And I just got done welding. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sit my butt in that chair and I'm going to sit back for 30, 45 minutes, maybe a full hour, and just make sure that we don't have any stray sparks that kind of went somewhere they weren't supposed to. So that's the worst thing you want. Last thing you want is to burn your place down because you were welding at night. Don't go doing that. Don't go doing that. Oh, and let me tell you guys, this stuff that I'm doing, I'm experimenting. So I'm no expert. So if you guys are going to do this, do your own research. Don't do what I do. Do your own research. Make sure that's what you want to do because I'm not responsible for you screwing up your stuff. Only my stuff. All right, guys. Tomorrow we'll figure out what we're going to do next. Probably finish cleaning this beam up. I got some new seals. I got to clean the bearings up in here and re-grease them. And then if we get all that going good, we might pull the beam off of mine and start transferring stuff over. All right, I'll bring you guys back in the morning. I'm going to sit down in this chair and just relax for a little bit. All right, guys, day 2 here at No Clue Garage. We get a little bit of work done today, hopefully. Hopefully. It's nice and early. You can see behind me, we got the cars moved around. Last night, like I said, I finished up that beam and sit around for a while, make sure everything was good before I called it a night. And then went ahead and got out here this morning, did some cleanup. My shop was getting messy again, especially the driveway. Some cleanup. I got the beam over there, a coat of paint on it. So today, what are we going to do today? Well, there's Mama on the phone. But I think today I'm going to pull the beam out of my 67. I'm going to just drop the whole beam, get it out, strip it down, put the parts onto the other beam. And I think I'm going to put the regular factory shocks back on it for now. Put it in, just see how high and low it goes, because I still got to get those adapters for the air shocks. And it's Sunday in small town Oklahoma. There's no hydraulic shops open today. So while I'm doing that, I think Mama says she's going to do an Ajax scrub on her car. We're getting too many coats of the patina sauce on there, and it's starting to look funny. I scrubbed mine the other day. It come out better, but I eventually want to take both of them, sand them down, and clear coat them. But I think she's going to wash hers today. I don't know if the kids are going to help or not. I think the girl's got a play date with the neighbor friend, and the boy is the boy.
Elbow deep in video games.
Yeah, elbow deep in video games. And he's also got a project that he needs to get working on that I'm probably going to have to help him a little bit. He's in a STEM club, and they get to build one of those little balsa wood CO2 cars. He's got it all sketched out how he wants to do it, but I'm going to have to help him get the tools together and stuff and show him how to carve it out and all that cool stuff. But yeah, I'm not really looking forward to this job on this beam. I've never taken a full beam off. I have taken parts of the front end apart before, but I'm going to try to get it up, take the wheels off, and get it to where I can just roll the whole beam out, steering, drums, everything. Get it over here on the table and just swap parts off as they come off. That's the plan. Is it going to work? I don't know, but we'll see. But I want to try to get that beam back in here today. I want to see how it looks lowered, because this thing, like I said, I keep pointing, the beam's not behind me. It's over here drying. Got paint on it. But I clocked those another ½ inch down. In theory, all the way lower, this thing should sit on the ground. I am worried about my tires rubbing in the fenders. That's what everybody said. But that's why I got adjusters. If they do, I'll bring it up a little bit, lock it down there. And then that way, when I do lower it with the air ride, it'll stop right there. So that's the plan. Is it going to work? Look at the name. I have no clue. Hopefully it works. What do you think? Think it's going to work?
I have hope.
You think it's going to look good slam down?
I have a question.
Yes.
That thing only goes on the front.
Yes.
So is the back still going to be up like that?
Once I get the front and get the air ride done on the front, I am going to just static lower the back. You do that by moving the torsion rods that are in there until I can get air bags for the back. The thing is you can kind of do the same thing. You can get air shocks for the rear, but the rear of the car is a lot heavier than the front. And everybody says that air shocks won't support the weight of the whole car. So the way you do it with air bags is you take the torsion rods completely out so that the rear end just free swings, but then your air ride is supporting the whole weight.
Oh.
So that's going to have to wait until I get airbags.
It's not going to look like this.
No, eventually I'm going to static lower that. Once I get this to where it goes up and down, I'm going to static lower the back another probably inch or two, probably 2 inches. That way it's still drivable and it's still got suspension.
But it won't look.
No, it's not going to look like a hot rod with the back end all raked up. But my only problem with doing air ride in the back is I'm either going to have to completely manufacture the brag brackets or come up with about $1,200 for the bolt-on air ride kit. That's a lot of money to come up with. So I'm going to try to figure some stuff out on that. But that's going to be a project that's going to be for next car show season next year. For now, like I said, we're coming to the end of the season here. So
Almost time to work on mine.
yeah, over the winter, we're going to get hers in. We're going to pull out the engine, get it cleaned up, possibly rip the interior out and work on the dash a bit. And she's talking paint.
I have lots of ideas.
She's got lots of ideas. We need to work on hers a bit. Mine's gotten a lot of attention lately. So
Yours was needed a lot more attention than mine.
yeah, yours was pretty much, I don't want to say turnkey, but
But it was.
yeah.
It just needs some love.
Yeah. It's going to get a wash today. Oh, guys. Anybody want to come over and do this for me? That's the hardest part. Like I say all the time, the hardest part about anything is getting started. I got to drag that heavy jack out here, get this thing jacked up, and get... Hey, why don't you come do this for me? Are you just going to lay there and chew on your toy all day? Yeah? All right, that sounds about a plan. But yeah, I got to get that jack out here, jack this thing up, get it on jack stands, and just start wrenching. So with that being said, I'm going to get the tools out and such, and we'll just get started. We'll see where it goes from there. What do you think?
I need green scrubby.
A green scrubby. I think I got some scrubby. I got to go get some supplies for her to wash her car too. All right, guys. Let's try to get this thing in the air. First off, I'm going to block off the back wheel so this thing doesn't try to roll away from me. Oh, you playing with the water, dude? Just a couple pieces 2x4 behind the back wheels. My driveway is downhill a little bit, like most driveways are. Let's see. If you guys are old like me, invest at Harbor Freight. They've got these. It comes in a 4-pack, and it's like foam. You can place a little mat. These things are awesome anytime you got to get down on the ground. That old concrete just hurts my knees anymore. Oh. Oh. All right. Going up. Always, guys, always put jack stands under anything you're working on. Never trust a jack. We're going to go full tilt on these jack stands. Remember, we're pulling the beam, so we got to get it on the actual frame.
Daddy.
Hi, Allie. Here, pull. Pull down. Hard. One more. Up and down. Okay.
That's why I come down here.
Did you come out here to help me? Yeah. Awesome. All right, all the weight is on the jack stands. Oh, that's sturdy. Okay, I feel comfortable with that. Ooh, I'm not looking forward to that steering box. I don't know what the easiest way to get that off is gonna be. Gonna have brake lines. Ooh, speedo cable. They should just pull through though. Should I pull the rag joint loose? No, because this arm is connected to the steering box, goes through that and goes behind the frame head. So all of that's got to come loose. So I've got to pull those two off there. Tie rod ends. That sucks. Does the steering stabilizer got to come off too? All right, guys, I should have eyeballed this a little more. But if I pull those off, tie rod ends, the tie rods will come out with. Steering box, I'll take the rag joint loose, or that slip. These, I don't know if that slip joint's gonna come off of there. And then I need to eyeball that steering stabilizer. And then brake lines. It's going to be the best way to do this with the brake lines. Take them loose up there. Just going to have to drip into a tub. Oh, let me look at this steering stabilizer. Yep, steering stabilizer goes behind the frame head, so it's going to have to come off too. That really sucks. That would be a lot easier with the gas tank not in the way. All right, let me roll up out of here and get some tools. Not looking forward to it, but I'm going to do it anyway. I guess. So I'm lazy, so this is how I roll. I'm just going to bring all my metric stuff out here. It's probably going to get in the way. I'm probably going to kick it around, but I'll have it out here because there is just a whole oddball. I'm sure there's probably only like 2 or 3 wrenches that I need, but I don't know what they are. Grab a set of metric sockets and a ratchet and an extension. So I guess we'll start with steering stabilizer. Get some PB just in case I need it down there. What happened? Did you get wet?
I'm helping
Are you?
Yeah.
All right.
When I take this off,
Yeah, go put that inside so it doesn't get wet, or put it in the garage.
I'm gonna put it in the garage so this don't get dirty or wet.
Okay. We'll just start on this side. There's a steering stabilizer or bolt over here I got to get. And I wish I could get you guys down here. I maybe will here in a bit when the wife's done so she can hold the camera. But for now, you get to just sit there and, ow! That crack in that concrete hurts. That wasn't even a crack. That was... All right, guys. A little explanation. With my health issues, they got me on that shot that makes you lose weight quite a bit. And just to say, I am down over 100 pounds from my heaviest that I used to be. Problem with that is you get a lot of hanging skin. I know this is TMI, but like right now I just rolled over and my back skin folded over itself and it hurt. I know TMI, but it's kind of funny. I should probably get these wheels and tires out of the way. But I was hoping to leave them on so I could roll it. But if I undo the steering, they're just going to flop right. Yep, let's get the wheels and tires out of the way. Now, these wide 5 wheels kind of suck because when I take the last bolt off, this wheel's going to try to fall. So drop your foot up in there. There's that one. She's saying she's the queen of the hose. Is it working?
Seems like some of this is coming up, though.
Yeah,
the
that's...
weird lines.
Yeah. Did you get that bird poop off over there? That
That you shined in?
I shined over.
Yeah, I got it.
Put shine juice over the bird poop and it kind of just permanently got stuck underneath. Kind of funny. She's having a blast. All right, let's get back to work. So I got my little roll around stool so I can try to get in here and work a little bit on the stuff that I can. I'm just now realizing I can't really get in here too much. Let's go back up underneath. It's at a weird angle. I don't know if I'm going to be able to swing a ratchet. 17. Be better if I had a shallow socket, but I didn't grab one. That's tight. I got a little bit of rust. Passenger side, floor pan up front. All in all, this car is in great shape. That is the only bit of rust in the floor pan. There's a little spot. All right. Steering stabilizer's loose on this end. All right, guys. I went to Walmart the other day, and I bought this Mexican coffee. Cafe something, starts with a B. I had 2 cups this morning, and I am bouncing off the walls here. This is really crazy. Whew. Like I said, once the wife gets done, I'll have her run the camera a little bit. Get down here and kind of see what we're doing. I know it's kind of boring just watching me move around and stuff, but let's see, can I get steering stabilizer this side? Maybe. What's up, dude? You alive?
Yeah.
Hey, reach in up there. You see that part I'm moving?
Yeah.
Grab it and just slide it straight out.
Okay.
It's got a little hook on this end, so it might get stuck on something, but don't rip it, but just... Perfect. Cool. Steering stabilizer is out.
Is that important?
Yeah, it's kind of important.
Are you going to put it back in?
Yeah, well, after I put the new beam back in.
On the air ride tube gonna be?
Yeah, I'm probably not going to get to the air ride part today because I need another part for my air shocks. But I'm at least going to try to get the beam in with the stock shocks so I can look and see how low it's going to go. What made you venture outside, dude? You don't know? So the dude ventured out of his video game hole.
And now I'm gonna venture back in.
Yeah, not too much, because here after a while, I want you to get that car out so we can start figuring out what tools we're going to need and what we're going to have to do. Okay? Yeah, okay. I get my pillow here, also known as a hammer. Try and get the cotter key out of the tie rod end here so I can pull them off the steering arm. But the end of it is giving me fits. Did you get done washing your car? There's a chamois over there if you want to dry it. Just let it air dry. You know what I need? A lift. This would be so much easier on a lift. You know what sucks? Is we have a lift. It's just not here. 30 miles away at the mother-in-law's house. Boy, if I had that, ooh. It'd be a joy to do this. Because I wouldn't be down here on my back. I can't get the looped end tapped out enough for me to grab with my pliers. And the loose end is just bending. It's a point where it's about to break. Man, I tell you, that coffee is kicking in. I'm like seeing threes right now, trying to do this upside down. Well, that's the problem, is the looped end actually split in two also. Which really sucks, because now I got half of it still stuck in. Hey, that's the wrong pick. Got it. Finally. Woo. You're too far away. I need that bank of sockets there. Maybe. Actually, no, the one I got works. All right. I know you guys still can't see what I'm doing. But taking the bolts off the inner tie rod ends. And I'm going to get the pickle fork out and bust those loose. Hopefully I don't have to take them off on the far as this side. I'm not going to have. What am I doing? This side, I don't even have to take off. It's just the far side. Let me tighten this one back up. This side wasn't that bad. This is the new one I put on, and it doesn't use a castle nut, king nut, whatever they're called, with a cotter key. It uses a metal locking nut. I'm just hoping I can get this broke loose without messing up that boot. Pickle forks are real bad at tearing up the boots. Sometimes, you know, there's a little flat spot on there where you can get, supposed to be able to knock them with a hammer, but there's just not enough room in here to swing a hammer. But I hope, because this thing goes long, goes all the way across this frame head, there's a section here that the beam bolts to that it won't slide through. There's a mosquito down here. But hopefully there's enough room for it to swing where I don't have to take both ends loose. We'll just have to wait and see. Who's that?
Me?
You? Hey, Maddie, go to my toolbox and give me a pickle fork. See if she has any idea what I'm talking about.
She already asked me. She said, "What did he say?"
Pickle fork.
A pickle fork. Who's right? She figured it out.
Which one?
Probably one of the bottom two, very bottom big drawers. Probably straight down. You have to pull hard to get it open. It's going to be big, baby. Nope, that's a hacksaw.
Saw.
Pickle fork. It's long and silver. Trident has 3 points. That's why it's called Trident. That's it. That's a pickle fork.
Pickle for that.
You need some very big pickles, huh?
It's a U fork
A U fork?
because it has a U.
Hey guys, we're going to try to knock this ball joint out of here without destroying that boot.
It's a U fork.
A U fork?
A U fork.
Did we have luck? Get out of my way. Hey, I think we did. I mean, it's destroyed, but it's not any more destroyed than what it was. And I can tell right now, we're going to have to take the other side off. That's fine. We'll go take it off. While I'm up, though, I am going to spray my arms with some off because them mosquitoes are flying around. They got me already. I already got my legs. Oh, I got the sun right in my
Are you
eyes.
stuck? She's stuck in your truck. Okay, I'm coming.
Madison got in the bed of the truck. And I guess it's too high for her to get back down. Kids. Got it. Definitely need new tie rod ends. Tie rod still feel. Whoa, that was not good. Guess I'm going to be overnightting apart here in a little bit. That tie rod it's stuck. So this one turns a little better, but the boots are junk. But this one is, yeah. Well, I guess good thing we're doing this because now I found out. Need new tie rod ends. Depending on how much, I might as well get 3 because I already replaced one over there. Okay. I think I'm going to leave brake lines for last. So I need to go back over there and work on that slip for the steering shaft. Which now I'm done. Oh yeah, Skeeter got me in welted. Man, I hate them things. Back over here, back on my back. That shaft hopefully comes up out of that split ring. This is split ring, the little junction that's on the rag joint. If you don't know what the rag joint is, that's that rubber piece in your steering that holds your steering shaft to your steering box. It's to stop vibration from coming up through the wheel. I got that bolt loose, but I'm not feeling good about that one. Alrighty. So I guess next is going to be brake lines. I'm gonna have to break those loose, and then it's gonna pee brake fluid. Oh, get this speedo cable out of here, which is broke. I need a new one of them too. Get them brake lines loose and pop them off the brackets. And then it'll be the beam time, the 4 big bolts. And hopefully that shaft comes loose on that steering box. I guess I'm gonna take a few minutes, stand up, straighten my body out. You know, like you've heard me say, I'm dealing with some muscle issues right now. Nothing big, just, you know, part of getting old. So I'm gonna stand up, straighten those out, and then we'll get back at it. All right, so I'm gonna get these brake lines off. These shouldn't be too hard because I did put these on. Now I did do it 8 years ago or so, but they still look really good shape. So be careful with these tube nuts up here. If you're working on an older car, always use a tubing wrench, always. because you don't want to round that off, because if you do, you're going to be making a whole new brake line. Also watch if the nut tries to stick to the line, because then you'll twist the line. Oh wow. Oh, I thought it wasn't even tight. This is turning on this end. You're going to have to get something to back up on the other end. Let's see if I can find a wrench. That looks pretty big. Yeah. One of these days I'll learn how to eyeball metrics. 17. 90% of everything I worked on today has been a 17. The only problem I'm going to have is as soon as I undo this, the reservoir is higher than this, so it is going to leak brake fluid. I should find a container or something to try to catch it in at least. How am I going to get that off there, Mama?
Heat it up.
Nah, it's not stuck. It's just at an awkward angle. I'm going to go on the ground. Try to get under it this way. Come on. Like that. Just had to get it at the right angle. It's like holding your tongue. Hold your tongue just the right angle.
You're already bleeding.
Where?
On your arm.
Oh, nice. Where'd my bowl go? All right. Hey. That thing is like at the weirdest angle there, so I'm not really going to be able to catch much. Tell you what, Mama.
Yeah.
Go open the door and reach in and just pump the brake pedal a couple times. Should shoot most of that out of there. Just keep pumping it until I tell you. I'll just leave that there until I need it on the other side. All right. As you can see, this is loose now, so that'll come with the beam. I'm gonna wipe my hands off here. Move to the other side. Where am I bleeding at? Oh, up here? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I scratched myself.
My first scrub did okay. There's still, you can still see it. You can tell where I got tired. You can still see like the streak marks, and it's still a little bit sticky in spots. I think I'm just gonna do a couple of rounds of it. So, and I told him I don't think I'm gonna put shine juice on it again this season. So we'll just keep at her.
Just the same thing, guys. Repeat on this side. All right. Now this brake line's loose. It's about the only thing we got left now. And I said a minute ago was 4 bolts. It's actually 6, because there's 2 that go through the body into the top of the beam. And then there's 4 bolts on the front. But before we can do that, we got to let this brake system drip a little bit. Hydrate. Gotta hydrate. Oh. Well, guys.
What, Daddy?
Let me get under here and look. If I can get to those top bolts for the beam, because they are underneath the gas tank. I don't want to have to take that gas tank out. I just filled it yesterday. Nope, they are... Oh, guys, I don't want to have to pull this gas tank. Yep, I have to pull the gas tank. Well, this job just got a little more fun. I don't have to take it completely. I just need to take it up and slide it back enough to where I can work under there. That sucks. My camera operator's doing a really good job too. She just gave me the dirty eye. Yeah, probably this one. I just had this thing out a couple weeks ago. So we need to take, this is our washer fluid that we don't use. And then our fuel gauge, it just pops right off.
Told me to hold the camera.
Oh yeah? So you're my camera operator now?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately?
Yeah.
Oh, you say that like it's a bad thing, dude.
It is.
It is? Oh, kids nowadays. Ow! There's a hood there.
And a dead grasshopper.
Yeah, we caught that yesterday on the way back.
Right here. It's hanging.
It's hanging. It's George.
George the grasshopper. Dead grasshopper.
You know what sucks about this, buddy?
What?
We just filled this tank yesterday. So it's got a lot of gas in it.
Oh.
I need that vent hose, and I need a better cap because that smell of gas coming out of there, ooh, it's stinky. Try to get our wires and such out of the way so that all I got to do is... Okay, that's all the hose I got to move. But that should be enough to get down there. So, it'll be hard to see with this light and everything, but there's bolts right here to go down through the body into the top of the beam. That's what we got to get off there. I'm going to guess these are a 17 because everything else under here has been a 17 all day. And I would have guessed right. Oh, that's what I thought. Gosh, I hope these things don't break. I'm going to shoot this with some PB blaster. But all I can see is the head of the bolt, so I don't know if it's really going to help. We're just going to saturate them. That collects dirt and water, so those are a little bit rustier than everything else. Had to break out the bad boy, the 1/2-inch drive stuff, and give that a minute to penetrate. Giggity. While we're here, the slip joint I was talking about is that one right there. That right there, I've got this bolt loose. I tried to separate that a little bit, but you can see there's splines on that shaft that go into. And right now is a good time. I'm going to get a scribe and scribe those. I know that my wheel's straight up and down and my front wheels are straight out. So that's going to help me line my steering back up. Okay, I've created a scribe line on that now. I know my steering wheel is straight and my one wheel that's hooked to the steering box is straight forward. So now, once I go back on, if I was set everything straight again and line that back up, oh yes, PB for the win. Yep, awesome. Second one out. All right. Okay. Now I gotta get back under and assess how I'm gonna do these other ones. Problem with doing these ones, I can get 2 of the 4 out, but then after that, the beam's going to get loose, so I'm going to have to get the jack under here to support it while I get the last 2. We're going to drive this back in a little bit. Let's turn it pretty hard. Ooh, I don't like this. Hopefully that does not break. If it breaks, my car's going to be here for a while, because I don't know how I'm going to get into there. You damn near have to take the body off to get something out of that. Oh, this is not good. Let me see if I can sneak behind and PB those somehow. Oh, let me see. And why? You guys answer me with this. Why does my PB only spray upside down? Guys, PB again for the win. That worked. Thank God. I'm gonna go ahead and just knock these loose before I get the jack in here. Oh gosh, double wrench time. I don't want to shake that car too much. There we go. Now what we got to do is get a jack in here, support this beam. So when it comes down, it's going to come down. It's going to come down fast. Because it's oddball, it's going to try to rotate if I just hold here on the jack. So we'll have to do what we can, pull it out safely. Okay. It's not picking up the car or anything. It's just got touching it, so it can't come straight down. Now we just got to work this wrench. Take all day. Whoa, whoa, beam's moving. It's loose. All right, don't nobody get underneath this thing. No, ain't nobody here right now but me, but. So all I got to do now is knock that steer. I'm gonna throw a wrench underneath the wheel of the jack, hopefully to keep it from rolling backwards. Now I gotta try to pry that steering off of there. I knew better than to try that. I should have just took the rag joint bolts loose, which I think only need to take 2 of them loose. Yeah, that slip joint ain't moving. Dang it. I'm almost back in the bug, so at least it made it. All right, so I tried to move that slip joint right there. It's on that shaft. It's not moving. So what I got to do is take this rag joint. So I got to take 2 of these loose here, and then that should come off that rag joint there. All right, let me get after that. Well, 1 down, 1 more to go. Ooh, it's loose, and that beam is about to fall. I really don't want to drop it. Hydrate with some water before I drink me a Monster. Now guys, I'm just slowly letting this beam down. I go up here and try to pull this rag joint loose. I'm afraid once I get the bolts out of this rag joint that it's coming down hard and then fast. All right guys, this beam is loose and it is heavy. Don't get anything under it. Okay. Oh, when this thing comes down, it's going to come down fast. I could really use some help. Everybody's inside eating lunch. Kind of got myself in a predicament here. Because if I move, this jack's going to slide out. That thing's going to come down fast, and I don't want it to because I don't want to break anything. But it's going to take somebody on both ends holding it and setting it down to the ground. So I guess we just kind of wait here. Somebody will come out soon. I wish they would hurry up. Oh, jack's moving. Oh, it's coming down. Nothing I can do to stop it. I don't know, shoving some wrenches under the wheels. I think those are just going to slide. Yeah, those are just going to slide. That comes down hard enough. Those brake drums are cast iron, and I don't want to shatter them. I don't want to hit my brake hoses and break the ends off of them. This jack keeps moving. I'm trying to push on it to keep it from moving. Come on, somebody. If I move my hand off of here, this jack's going to finish rolling out, and that beam's going to hit the ground. Uh-oh. I screwed up now. Oh, I screwed up now. The sway bar is wedged. Yeah, it's about to fall. It's coming down. Is it going to stay? I know the second I touch something, it's coming down, though. I've been laying on the ground for 20 minutes waiting for you guys to come back out.
Sandwiches and we were eating them.
Oh. This thing, if you breathe on it, it's going to fall. I'm going to go to the other side. I need you to come over here and grab like up here and right here. And all we got to do is just wiggle enough so that the jack pops loose or whatever. Is Cameron eating? Tell Cameron to come here. And grab there at the same time I grab the other side, and we'll have him lower the jack. All we got to do is set it to the ground. Okay? That thing about slid out on me. You're going to lower the jack when I tell you. Do not touch it until I tell you to. Your side seems like it's sitting in more. Yeah, I'm going to get down on my knees and... Ow. Move this. Ow. Okay. Dang it.
What are we doing?
You're going to lower the jack. You got that, Mama? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Lower the jack, dude. Other way. Okay, just let it go to the ground, Mama. Don't get your fingers under it. I'm on the ground. Woo! Alrighty. That's what I needed.
I'm sorry, you were eating.
No, it's all right. I don't have a phone or nothing on me, and I was just laying on the ground because I was pushing the jack because it was in there like that. And then the second I popped that rag joint loose, it started rolling. So I had to grab that jack.
Yeah, Maddie said you didn't want a sandwich.
Yeah, no, I don't want anything to eat. Let's see. Is it going to clear everything? Watch out, back up. All right.
Well, that's one way to move it.
Yeah, there's the beam. So now we got to disassemble that and put those parts on the other one. Yeah, that just worked out perfect there. I was wondering how I was going to get it from over there to here. I'm going to need to clear the table. All right, guys. I'm going to take a breather. That's out. I'm going to clean up some tables. I've got 2 of these foldable tables. We'll get the old beam on one, new beam on the other, and then we'll start disassembling and then reassembling. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Thanks for coming to help.
Yeah.
I was laying on the ground for 20 minutes waiting for somebody to come help because I didn't
that 4 times now.
I didn't have a phone or anything, so I couldn't call.
Guilt tripping us.
I am guilt tripping you guys
We were eating sandwiches.
because you guys are sitting down watching
We
TV.
were eating
No, I
sandwiches.
was thinking.
Oh, it's because you were playing Nintendo. All right, we're back. So one of these beams completely all together is heavier than you'd think. Me and the wife managed to get it up here. I've started a little bit pulling things apart. As you can see, I got the shocks undone, and I undid this tie rod in here. So what I'm going to do, I got to pull the sway bar up. So I'm going to take these links and just slide this all out as one unit. I don't want to mess with these ball joints. They're still good. Well, sort of. I don't really want to mess with them. Slide those out so we can get the springs out. And I got to take this steering box off. Okay, I'm going to take the sway bar off. You guys saw me do this in a previous video where I tried to lower the front end a little bit by taking some leaves out. There's a little tab here. These are kind of tapered. So you just bend this tab up and then tap it off there. Pretty easy.
Laundry's done.
Tab bent straight. Then you just tap this like that. See, they'll only go on and off one way because they're tapered. You can see the taper on there. And you just take this piece, open it up a little bit. Maybe open it up a little more. Slide it off. There's a little metal sleeve goes over the bottom, and then the rubber stays on the sway bar. You might have to pull that one up a little bit because these tapers are to each other. So I'm gonna bend that little tab just bends down and holds it in place so it doesn't come off going down the road. Like so. On the end. That one's kind of on there. You know what? I'm gonna get a different screwdriver to do that with because I don't want to tear up my good screwdriver. I've got a junk flat tip around here that I feel better beating on than my good Craftsman one. There we go. There's the little one. Again, same thing. Just open that up. Oh, now these might slide off the end, which is fine. Where'd that little metal sleeve go? There it is. Oh man, my noses won't stop running. Let's go over to the other side and do the same.
I hear a small child yelling, Mom.
I do too. All right, so this side's pretty much ready to come apart. So what I got to do is hold this Allen head in here while I back off these jam nuts, back these grub screws out, and then that's what holds your arm onto your spring. So once I do that, these should be able to take some persuasion with a hammer, but they come out, and these tubes are like this long in here. So let's get after that. What's up?
They needed help wiping feed her butt because she went so much poops.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Why is that so tight? I've had it loose before.
Tina was under her bed.
I figured. Found the cat.
Yeah. Why?
PB blaster.
No, it's not that. It's just tight. Ow. Hitting it with a hammer is not the answer. And there it goes. I guess I tightened the crap out of it. So just got to loosen that off. Then you take this grub screw and back it out. Now you don't even have to take it all the way out. Just pull it back. Oh. And there's an indentation on the end of those spring plates that these set in, and that's what actually holds your front end together. So now that those are loose, we've got to get these to slide out. Last time I did it on that side, and it was in the car, so I had something to hold it. But let's loosen the other side so we can flip this thing over.
What did Allie say?
She needed help wiping her butt because she poop went too much.
She went so much poops.
Yeah, went too much poops.
Okay, I gotta try to rotate this thing over, which I had it rotated over earlier, and I know it won't stay that way. It's gonna suck. Hey, Belly, you guys just got a free show. Usually I charge for that. Okay, so those scrub screws and stuff are all loose. So now, like I said, last time this was all bolted in the car, so I just had to work these back and forth. But I don't know if they're gonna work right now. Let me grab some persuasion. I think I loosened that shock up to get it out of the way last time. Oh, that one's moving. Of course, I've had this one out before. I did how's the nice way to say it? The cheap way of lowering it, which not that safe. I took these out and took some of the torsion rods out, which is really not that great because then all you do is put more stress on the other ones, but it lets the front end relax a little bit. So I've had this out before. That was in a previous video. Once the springs come unsplined, and this thing's just pretty much slide right out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very ew. And we'll clean those up before they go back in. But if you look over here, these are the spring packs. And that's where that grub screw holds into that little indentation. You can see here, this one's missing some springs, which now I'm gonna put those lower adjusters back in. I'm gonna put those springs back in. But that right there is your spring. That's your whole suspension for a Volkswagen. There's that side. Alrighty. Now we need to pull the steering box off. Which is A big mamma jamma. Size is that?
About a thumb and a half.
A thumb and a half. It's got a locking tab on it. Glad I knocked that crud loose because I didn't know I had a locking tab. Just like on the steering stabilizer, it's just a little piece of metal that you bend down over the bolt and it keeps it from turning. But you got to get it bent out of the way so the bolt will turn so you can get it off and be able to get a socket on it. Who's that? You feel better, Allie? Yeah? Bet this is going to be
You're silly. No.
all right, it's a 17 mil. So I got that out of the way. Get this. Have to clean all these parts up before we go back together. Go. Where'd my box go? I put it underneath. Okay. So now the steering arm should be loose. Clear my tools to the bench that I'm about to start working on. You know, if we're lucky, this bug will go down the road again. That's just determined. We'll have to, what am I wanting to say? To be determined. Because I've got all my suspensions laid out on the floor. Okay, so now, grub screws and those again, which I've had those loose before. Also, shouldn't be too bad. Need to pop the... Dang, I put those in tight. I had the strength going on that night. That was a late night after work one night. It's like, you know what? I want to do this. I was going to try to get a socket on that, but... She riding my motorcycle.
She's wiggling it.
Uh-oh. Don't wiggle it too much. That bike is heavy. I think it said it weighs somewhere around 900 pounds. Got him. Okay, now, again, we just need to back these grub screws out. There's the indentions you saw on the end. There's an indention on the center of the springs, too. And that's what keeps everything centered up so it doesn't walk side to side. Ain't that right, Allie? Yeah? Gonna need some zip ties. Open pack. Zip ties. Get you some zip ties handy. Now that that's backed off, I'm gonna get my soft persuader, rubber mallet, and just now, let me grab a dirty rag because this part's gonna get nasty. I'm gonna go ahead and take the zip tie here. Now I'll have to go. I saved those springs that I took out of here. They're over there somewhere. I'm going to put those back on, but zip tie the crap out of that. Kind of holds them together. Grab the spring pack, pull it out. Another zip tie. Careful, I just touched my shirt. Anything you touch with this is going to get greasy. Put another zip tie. And this is just to hold them together because there's like 2, 3, 4, 10, 12 of these, something like that. I don't know how many. There's a bunch of them. And you don't want them to just spring apart. Okay, there's one stack. And if you look here, there's that indentation in the center that that grub screw sits in. Like that. Set that there. Get a zip tie around the top. Mail on a Sunday. Must be at Amazon. It's not for us. There's the bottom set. All right. Well, I say we're done. My new beam is missing the grease certs. So I'm going to have to get those out so I can reuse them. So this beam I am going to keep just in case something doesn't work on this one. I have the original beam to go back in. So I'm going to tighten those grub screws down. So don't lose those. And I'm going to go set this in the back of the garage. One thing I did do is I bought these new seals for here, but the new ones look a little bit different than these. Plus they came with two, I guess they're the same. One's bigger than the other. Also, I've cleaned up all the old grease out of here. The needle bearings are cleaned up a little bit. I would like to get in there with some like brake clean and clean them, but I am out of brake clean. But they still spin free and everything. I'm going to tap everything with new grease when I go back together. So there's that one. And there's that one. So that doesn't have a description on it. Let's see. Yeah, this one goes up there. All right. I know it still looks grimy in there, but they're good. I should have bought new needle bearings, but I didn't think about it. These will be good. They still spin free and work fine. So the new one, small one, was up top. And it just slides right in like it was meant to be there. The bigger one on bottom. Holy cow, it went right in like it's supposed to. That's weird. That's really weird. That's so weird. And then just rinse and repeat on the other side. These are the extra springs that I took out of that one spring pack. What are you doing? Fixing hair?
Yep.
Getting your hair fixed? You did it yourself this morning, didn't you?
She just doesn't quite get the hair tight enough.
Oh, so it keeps falling out.
What?
Let me see, Ali. Yeah. Okay, so this is the fun part now because there is 2 screws in this deal. I need to get my 1/4 inch Allen.
I hear the gas.
Yeah, you hear the gas? So I'm going to have to take this long screw. This is just the adjuster. This tightens it down. So I got to pull this completely out and then carefully rotate this adjuster in here up. Okay, I can just barely see the grub screw.
Sorry.
Okay. Now I need to pull that out. Let's remove the grub screw. Enough that it's not catching. So now the fun part is I got to slide these rods all in here, and they've got to catch that weird square looking adjuster without pushing the yeah. This is a mess. Let me clip that. Oh, my runny nose. So my grub screw is facing that way. So I know this is facing down.
You had a room?
Yeah. Okay, this is the part that's going to suck. Or is it going to suck? Them damn things just slid right in. I'm going to go ahead, wipe my hands.
They didn't come out this end yet.
No, I'm not that far in yet.
Oh.
Now I'm going to finish pushing this in. Okay, we're close.
So is the zip tie you left in there a problem?
No.
Yeah.
So what I need to do now is back this grub screw out. And I need a light. And I'm going to look down here and make sure that that indentation is lined up. And golly, I believe it is. Did I just say golly? What am I? 1940s? It is.
Good golly, Miss Molly.
So now that that's there, we'll take this grub screw. We'll put that in there. Like so. Those are all smooth. And we're going to tighten the ever-living pea out of this.
It's like squeezing it like a sponge.
Okay. So now I should be able to grab this spring pack and rotate this back down to where I can put that adjuster screw back in. Like that. And I have no idea if I did this right, guys. I might go to try to put this stuff together and things all messed up. I don't know. But if I had measured right, this right here, where it's sitting right here, should be a little bit lower than stock because I clocked that another 1/2 inch. So it should be about 1 inch or 2 lower than stock.
I have a question.
Yes.
I thought the one you took the springs out of was the other.
The other, what do you mean?
This one.
They're out of both. But I took the springs out of the top one. Those were the only ones I could get. The bottom one was the grody ones over there I got to clean up.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and just slap some grease on in there by hand. Then when I'm done, I will pump the grease so it's full of grease. Let me find my tub of grease. And just get on in there all nice and deep like. Should have probably have done this before I put the spring pack in. But yeah, we're good. All right, guys. I'm going to sit down for a second and rest my back. So I've got some heavy lifting to do. And we'll bring you guys back. Well. Well, I'm glad I sat down to ponder life's decisions and all. Because I noticed something. I got to looking on my upper spring, and my grub screws on the outsides are pointing at each other. That's not right. This side, they were both facing up. This side, they were both facing down. So I put the top spring in backwards. I need to slide it out, turn it half over, slide it back. I'm glad I figured that out now and not after I got it lined up. Yeah. Just goes to show you guys, you're going to make mistakes. It's all right. Like I tell my boy all the time, that's how you learn in life, is make mistakes. If I ever do this again, I'll know. Hey, dummy, watch that, because you need to make sure they're clocked right. Right now, it's easy to fix. Okay. All right, we're back to where we started, square one. Now we just got to slide the arms back on, which going to be the heavy parts. Really wish the wife would come out and run camera for me. I'm hiring a camera operator if you guys want a job. Don't tell my wife, she might get mad. All right, guys, we're just going to clean these up. Just like that. Blech. I'm just going to throw this rag away. I've got plenty of old rags. Okay, the fun part now is getting these. Okay, my grub screws are kind of both, yep, kind of both pointing up this way. So I've got kind of an idea where these are going to line up. So you just slide those in. Okay, top one sliding. There goes the bottom one. Shocks being a pain in the butt. It's a lot easier if you don't have a big heavy drum on here. That one went. The top one went. Now we just got to get the bottom one. Now we got the other side to do.
That's fun.
That sucked. All right, dog, you might want to watch out so I don't drop this thing on your head, okay? No? You're just going to lay there?
Moved over a little bit.
Ugh. Where's Allen wrench, please? The little one? Yeah. Why didn't the first one do that?
Now it's already lined up.
All right, it's break time.
Woo! You got me dirty.
Here's the towel right there. Stuff will leave your hands slimy though. Ain't no other way to put it. I'm flat wore out. This thing was kicking my butt a little bit, as you guys saw, getting these trailing arms back onto the spring packs. But I got them. Got them put in place. Got the steering box put back on. You can see here. But I I am kind of at a standstill. I am going to have to order some tie rod ends. I've got 3 of the 4. I replaced one a long time ago. I say long time ago, a few months ago. But I'm going to have to order 3 more. The boots are just trashed. This one's still good, it's just the boots trashed. And then I can't get the beam in because the little body bushings that go in here, plastic ones, just disintegrated when it came out of the car. So I gotta get those. So I'm gonna take my air shocks tomorrow and try to find a hydraulic shop that might have the adapter that I need. The air shocks come with just an 1/8 inch line, and they've got a weird, it's like a JIC, it's like a hydraulic fitting that goes on it. And if you can find the right fitting, you can convert that from the 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch. And I've got 1/4 inch hoses and everything. All my stuff's 1/4 inch. Starting to realize I don't know if I'm gonna get this done, at least the air ride part for this weekend. Maybe I'll get the beam back in and get it lowered with the adjusters just for the car cruise, but we'll see. Depends on how fast those parts can get here. If I can get them on Amazon, they can be here probably a couple days. So on that note, I'm wore out. I'm gonna clean up a little bit, go clean, take a shower, clean up, eat dinner, and I'm gonna get this video edited for you. This is gonna be part 1. Once the other parts come in, I'll start making the second part. Again, thank you guys for hanging out with me here. If you guys like these videos, please like and subscribe. I've been posting some shorts here lately on YouTube, and getting some interactions there, so I'm going to keep doing that. But if you guys like the full-length videos, please like, subscribe, let me know. Leave me comments. Tell me what I'm doing good and what I'm doing bad. If I'm doing it right or wrong, please just let me know. Also, check us out on Facebook and TikTok at No Clue Garage 580. Over there and hang out with us too. See what kind of stuff we've got going on. So again, thank you guys. So until next time, we will see you guys.